So today I wanted to go over dividend aristocrats and dividend kings for those thinking of getting into dividend investing and dividend growth investing specifically. Um, so with that being said, I'm going to fire away with a few examples of what those are. A dividend aristocrat is a company that has raised their dividend for 25 consecutive years. And a dividend king is a company that has raised their dividend for 50 consecutive years, giving back to their shareholders and obviously putting you guys at the forefront to make sure that you're there for the long run. So with that being said, I'm going to name a few companies that can help get you started and put you in at least the right direction. Well, what I would assume is the right direction for you guys. But with that being said, I'm going to go ahead and pull out my handy dandy notebook. I hope there's no copyright issues with that. Anyways, so I'm going to start with the dividend aristocrats. These are just a few companies. I'm not going to go crazy. There's a few of them out there. You could definitely do a little bit of research, type in Google dividend aristocrats or dividend kings of 2020. But here we go. So I'm going to start with a company we all know pretty well, and it might be based on their commercials with the little duck that they have, or goose. I don't even know what it is now. But Aflac, and the ticker on that is AFL. We also have Caterpillar, which the ticker on that is CAT, easy to remember. They're the big machinery you see when you see people bulldozing and doing all that crazy stuff construction-wise. They're big in that. They make huge machinery, huge machines. That's the only word I got. So anyways, with that being said, these are familiar companies, as I said before. Another one that may surprise you is McDonald's. So they're not only, every time you buy something off the dollar menu, you could be paying yourself essentially, and they're taking care of you. And we also have AT&T, which is a surprise to some people, but they're more than just a mobile device service. They obviously care about their investors as well. And we have another one, which I'm sure is something that we utilize every day, or most of us utilize every day. I mean, with Tesla in the background, coming up with the electric cars and that, that big wave coming, which I'm excited for myself, but that's neither here nor there. But ExxonMobil, and their ticker is XOM. And we have another one, which we all know pretty well. I'm pretty sure we've all shopped there at some point or another, which is Walmart, and their ticker is WMT. And I don't know if any of you guys are from Hamden, but most of my Hamden people will know this one. It'll be a very familiar stop for all of them, and that is People's United Bank. So they're actually a dividend aristocrat. And if for those of you that didn't know, you will make more money holding shares of People's Bank right now than if you were to just keep your money in a savings account there. Something to think about. Not saying it's the best move, but just something to consider. And with that being said, I wanted to jump in and name a few dividend kings while I got your guys' attention. So these are companies that, again, have risen their dividend for 50 consecutive years. I'm going to go with a pretty familiar one as well. This is something that you use. I'm hoping you're using every day. If not, maybe we really should keep that 6 foot apart thing going for a while here. And that's Colgate. And the ticker on that is CL. Another one, which is it's an energy company, and you may not be as familiar with it, but it's Emerson Electric, and the ticker on that is EMR. And then I'm going to go into another one, which I'm sure you've all seen, have driven by, used it, and people in construction. I don't know if you guys have a preference between Home Depot and Lowe's, but as of right now, Lowe's is on the list for dividend kings. And the ticker on them is LOW. And then we have another one that's probably found throughout your house as well, and that's Johnson & Johnson, or ticker J&J. Another really familiar one, and probably a fan favorite for a long time from many dividend growth investors, is Coca-Cola. And that's now a dividend king. And it's the ticker on that is KO. And we have another one who is pretty much, you're going to be surprised in what they make. They do a little bit of everything. And that's 3M. And the ticker on that is MMM. So with that being said, I'm going to fire away with one more, and another one that's probably in your household as we speak right now, and that is Procter & Gamble, and their ticker is PG. So that wraps up a little bit of what I wanted to go over as far as the companies that you could start off looking into. These are companies that obviously they care for their shareholders. They've made an effort to raise their dividends consecutively over the years. A lot of the dividend aristocrats that I mentioned are on the verge of actually becoming dividend kings themselves. So definitely something to keep an eye on as we move forward. And, with that being said, any young investors that are looking to get in investing and thinking about, is this the time? Is now the time? Any time to start is a good time, whether it's now, whether it's 10 years from now. But if it's 10 years from now, I'm going to guarantee you're going to be saying, I wish I started 10 years ago. So when it comes to investing, the earlier you get in, the better. Just stay consistent with it. Don't worry too much about the stock price as it goes up and down with the market. There's going to be fluctuations over the years. As long as you believe in the company and they have a good, solid financial basis, you're going to be all right. And again, invest in what you know and invest in what you believe in. So I hope that helps, and I hope that gives you guys a little bit of a direction, moving forward. Enjoy the day and stay safe.